Hi guys, this is Sajak from Android.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to downgrade your OnePlus phone from a higher Android version to a lower Android version, or in other words, from a higher OxygenOS version to a lower OxygenOS version. And to carry out this task, we'll be using the MSM download tool. For the unaware, there exist three methods through which you would carry out this downgrade. The first one is the official firmware that OnePlus releases. You could download it from their official page or from a site also. So for example, these are the official firmware, downgrade firmware that you could install on your phone directly without the need to unlock the bootloader. Then next up, apart from that, you also have a passbook enhance tool, and then you have the MSM tool. So why are we going for the MSM tool? Well, the first method of using the official firmware will only be applicable if your phone is in a perfectly working condition and you could access the OS. If you're unable to access the OS, then this method is null and void. Likewise, in passbook enhance tool is a quite risky method and is also only applicable if you could at least access the passbook mode. Whereas when it comes to MSM tool, you could try out this tool in under any circumstances. If your device is completely bricked, unable to access the OS, passbook mode, or the recovery mode, and is even completely bricked, then also you could carry out this task. So this task is universally applicable across all the OnePlus phones and across all the OnePlus device status, irrespective if it is booting to the OS or not. So it's the most fail-safe approach, and in this video we'll be using this tool to get the job done. However, this tool has a few downsides as well, and the most important point to note is the fact that it is only available till OnePlus 9 series. From OnePlus 10 series, you need to get in touch with the Oppo support staff and get this job done. While you could bypass the login of OnePlus 10 series MSM tool, but you will not be able to establish a secure connection with the server. So at the time of recording this video, right from OnePlus 1 to OnePlus 9 series, only on these devices you could carry out this task, and apart from that the OnePlus Nord series as well. But you will not be able to carry out this task on OnePlus 10 series and OnePlus 11 series. So if that's well and good, then let's get started. First and foremost, do keep in mind that the process will wipe off all the data from your phone. So please take a backup of all the data and then proceed ahead. So in this regard, your first course of action, or let me first show you my device. As of now, as you could see, it's currently in Android 12. Let me re-verify the same. So if you go to about device, you could see it's Android 12 and Android version is 12. And in this video, we'll be downgrading it to Android version 11. So guys, without any further delay, let's get started. First and foremost, you will have to boot your phone to EDL mode. If it is already bricked, then it might already be in the EDL mode. I'll show you how to verify the same. However, if it is not bricked and you could access the OS, then there are quite a few ways of booting to the OS, to the EDL mode. The first is via the ADB command. For that, you have to download the Android SDK platform tools and extract it on your PC. You could extract it anywhere you want. Then go to the platform tools folder address bar, type in CMD and hit enter. After that, type in ADB reboot EDL and your device will boot to the EDL mode. Apart from that, you could also boot your phone to the fastboot mode via ADB reboot bootloader. And once it boot to the fastboot mode, you just need to execute one of the three commands that are given here. Just a minute. So these are the three fastboot commands that you could use to boot your phone to the EDL mode from the fastboot mode: fastboot OEM EDL, fastboot reboot dash EDL, or fastboot reboot EDL. Or the third method, which is the most commonly accepted, is via the hardware key combination. The advantage of using the hardware key combination is the fact that you could carry out this process across every device state. Even if you are unable to boot to the OS, unable to access the fastboot mode, then also you could carry out this task. So let me show you how you could do so via the hardware key combination. For that, you will first and foremost have to unplug your phone from the PC, and once that is done, you'll have to power off your phone. So long press the power key and then select power off. Once your device turns off, press and hold the volume up and volume down keys, and while having both these keys pressed, replug your phone to the PC. So let me show you, these are the volume up and volume down keys. So make sure to press and hold both these keys, and while both these keys are pressed, simply plug in your phone to the PC. And you should then hear a sound. As soon as you hear a sound, you should leave the volume up and volume down keys, and your phone should now go to the EDL mode. So let's now verify the EDL connection. For that, you need to right click on the start menu icon and select device manager. Now expand the port section, and your device should either be listed as Qualcomm HS USB QD loader or Qualcomm HS QHS USB. Let me show you. In some cases, your device might be listed as QHS USB bulk as well, or in other cases, it might be shown as QHS USB QD loader. So the difference in both the states is if it is showing as Qualcomm HS USB QD loader, then it means you have installed the Qualcomm drivers. On the other hand, if it's showing as QHS USB bulk, then you'll first have to install the Qualcomm drivers. To install that, there are two methods. So the first is the automatic method. So grab hold of the driver file from this section. It's the automatic driver installation, and download the one that correspond to your CPU architecture. In my case, it's 64-bit. So download the exe file from here and then launch it and proceed with the on-screen instruction to install it. Let me show you. This is the driver file of Qualcomm HS QSB QT loader. So launch it, and it will now load the tool, and in the first screen it will ask for the internet. So make sure to select WWA and DHCP and then click on next, and after that proceed with the on-screen instruction to install the drivers. I have already made the installation, so I will not restart the process because I've already installed the drivers beforehand. Instead, but still, let me show you the screenshot of the installation process. So when you will be installing these drivers, then the first screen you have to select WWA and DHCP, then click next. After that, again click on next, and finally hit install, and the drivers will be installed. Once that is done, you have to restart your PC, and upon restart, make sure that your phone is being listed as Qualcomm HS QSB loader, as you could see here. However, if your phone is still not listed as this and it's still showing as QHS USB bulk, then you will have to install the drivers the manual way. For that manual ways, you have to grab hold of the Qualcomm driver zip file and extract it onto your PC. In my case, I've done the extraction onto my desktop, and this is the content of that folder, as you could see. So once you downloaded and started the Qualcomm zip file, go to the device manager, and over here your phone should be listed as Qualcomm HS USB loader. So in your case, it might be listed as along the line of QHS USB bulk. Let me show you once. So in your case, the phone should be listed as something like this. So you just need to right click on your phone and select update driver. After that, select browse my computer, then click on browse and select the entire Qualcomm driver folder. Yes, you need to select the entire folder. Select the folder and click OK, and the drivers will then be installed. Once installed, restart your PC and then verify that you are getting the Qualcomm HS USB QT loader. Once that is done, you might see in my PC as well that there's a yellow warning sign next to the device name. So this signifies that the Windows is still not able to identify the device because it's blocking the installation from an unknown third-party source. So to rectify this issue, you'll have to disable the Windows driver signature enforcement verification. For that, I have also made a video as well as a guide. In short, here's what you need to do. First and foremost, you have to bring up the start menu icon and press and hold the shift key. While holding the shift key, hit restart. Your PC will now boot to the advanced recovery environment, and you should see something like this. So from the advanced recovery environment, select troubleshoot, and from troubleshoot, select startup settings, and your PC will now boot to, and from startup settings, click on the restart button, and your PC will now restart with the startup settings option. So let me show you. From the startup settings page, you just need to hit the 7 or F7 key, which corresponds to disable driver signature enforcement, as you could see. So once you reach this page, simply press on 7 or the F7 key, and your PC will disable the driver signature enforcement and boot to the OS. Just to recall, you have to press and hold the shift key, and while holding the shift key, click on restart. Your PC will now restart to the Windows recovery environment. From the recovery environment, go to troubleshoot, advanced option, and select startup settings. From the startup settings page, click on restart button, and your PC will now restart to the startup settings menu. From there, press on F7 or the 7 key, and your PC will disable driver signature enforcement and boot to the OS. Once that is done, you should no longer get the yellow warning sign. So I will be doing that on my PC as well, and then I'll get back to you. So let's wait for the time frame. So guys, I have just restarted my PC, and let's now check out the result. So let's right click on the Windows icon and select device manager, and from there let's expand the port section, and we should no longer see the yellow warning sign. So as you could see, there is no yellow warning sign next to Qualcomm HS USB loader, and we are now good to go ahead. So now we are just left with the final step of flashing the OPS firmware via the MSM tool. So make sure you have downloaded the OnePlus MSM tool corresponding to your device from the guide I've given in my link. So download the MSM tool from here. It's corresponding to all the device from OnePlus 1 to OnePlus 9 series as well as the OnePlus Nord series. So grab hold of the desired MSM tool. In my case, I have downloaded the one that corresponds to Android 11. As I have told you before, it is only available till Android 11, and you don't have any MSM tool for Android 12 onwards. So grab hold of the required MSM tool and extract it onto your PC. In my case, I've done the extraction, as you could see. In my D drive, you could extract it anywhere you want. And these are the files of the MSM tool. So now that we are in the EDL mode, as we have verified, we could now simply flash the firmware by the MSM tool. So to begin with, launch the application exe file of the MSM tool and click on yes in the prompt that appears. After that, you will now get a login prompt. So simply select others in the user type and click on next. Let me show you what I mean. So the tool is now loading, and it will first load the OPS firmware inside the tool. It do this job automatically. You don't have to do anything. So it will now load the OPS firmware and bring up the login prompt. Simply choose others and click next, and it should now show our device as connected. So as you could see, it's showing as connected. To verify that if it's the same device, if you have more than one device connected, if there are 2 or 3 device over here, then you could verify from the COM section. As you could see, my phone is showing as COM5, and over here as well it's showing as COM5. This signifies that it is the same phone that we are about to flash the firmware. So now that's well and good, you just need to hit the start button, and let's now check out the result. So guys, as you could see, we are getting a SATA communication field error. This is one of the most common errors that get in MSM tool. To rectify this issue, it's quite simple. All you have to do is simply unplug your phone from the PC and then restart in EDL mode and replug your phone back to the PC. So let me show you that process. So first and foremost, I unplugged my phone from my PC, and next up I'll have to hold the volume up and volume down keys, and while holding both these keys, let's once again connect our phone to the PC, and we should now see the EDL mode on our phone, and as you could see, the flashing has now started. So guys, let's now wait for the process. So yes, the flashing has now started. So whenever you get the SATA communication field error, just unplug your phone from your PC, then press and hold the volume up and volume down keys. These are the key combination to booting to EDL mode for every OnePlus device. So press and hold both these keys, and then once again connect your phone to the PC, and this time it will be booted to the EDL mode, and the flashing will now start. However, if you are still getting the SATA communication field error, then there are a few additional tweaks that you could carry out. In this regard, first and foremost, make sure you are using the official USB cable that came with your phone. There are some USB cables that only supports data transfer or at the very max recovery and fastboot mode. In order to access EDL mode, you should use the official USB cable. Apart from that, please use the USB 2.0 port on your PC and not the 3.0 port. Likewise, re-verify that you have disabled the verification signature on your Windows PC. Apart from that, I've also heard somewhere that some of the users were able to rectify this issue on an Intel based PC. They were having some issues on the AMD Ryzen PC, so make sure you're using an Intel PC. And as a precautionary measure, some have also tried this on a Windows 10 PC and were able to rectify the issue on a Windows 10 PC instead of the Windows 11. However, I haven't heard of any issues on Windows 11 till now, but if it is possible, you could give a try on Windows 10 PC. Likewise, you could also borrow someone else's PC to carry out this task. This could also result in success. If you are using someone else's PC, then you will first have to install the Qualcomm drivers on that PC and then disable driver signature enforcement, and only then you will be able to fix this issue. So let me now show you all these methods to fix the SATA communication field error. So I made a guide on that as well. Just a minute. So this is the guide. Let's recap some of the fixes that I have just discussed with you all. In the meantime, here's the process of the flashing. The flashing has now started, and it usually takes around 400 seconds to 500 seconds at the very max. So let's wait while it is happening. And this is the SATA communication field error. And as you could see, I've written all the fixes. So first and foremost, yes, you should start the MSM tool as an admin. So for that, you have to right click on the tool and simply select run as admin. So select run as admin and click on yes in the prompt that appears, and then check out the result. It goes without saying that you have to be logged in as an admin on your PC first and foremost. Likewise, also use the USB 2.0 port and use the official USB cable that came with your phone. Then you should use the Intel based PC and not the AMD Ryzen based PC. And if possible, try using the Windows 10 PC instead of Windows 11. Likewise, you could also use the MSM tool for your other Android version and other region as well. So for example, if the Indian version of MSM tool is not working, you could also grab hold of the global version and flash that. Similarly, you could also flash the Android 10 version, the older version. For example, currently my phone was on Android 12. I am flashing the Android 11 version. But in some case, if you're not able to flash the Android 11 version, you could also flash the Android 10 version, and then you could subsequently install the Android 11 via the OTA update. That's not a cause of concern. In some cases, there also Android 9 is also there, so you could also flash the Android 9. So give a try at various tools. In some cases, you might get an issue with the modem file. If you flash the of some other region, there might be a few issues with the modem. So to rectify that issue, you could flash the global firmware and then download the firmware that correspond to your region. After that, extract the modem file. The modem would be either modem.img or modem.bin. To extract the modem file, you will need to use a tool such as the fastboot enhance tool. Using that tool, you could extract the individual partition file. So for example, this is the fastboot enhance tool. Let me show you once. So you could use that tool and extract the, using fastboot enhanced tool, you could simply extract the required partition file. It could extract all the files from the payload. In our case, you could extract the modem file and then flash it via the payload or the fastboot command. To flash the modem file, you could use the fastboot flash modem.img or modem.bin. After that, it should fix the issue. So you could also try the MSM tool of any other region and any other version as well, and then rectify the issue accordingly. You will at least be able to boot to the OS, and then you could rectify the modem issue by flashing the modem that correspond to your region. Apart from that, you could also try another OxygenOS decrypted firmware. Yes, you could use another OS version as well, and make sure your device is being shown as Qualcomm USB QD loader with no yellow warning. If you're getting a yellow warning, then disable the driver signature enforcement as I've shown you before how to do so. Then apart from that, you could also, in some cases I've heard that the EDL connection tends to break after around 5 seconds. So this is a 5-second window in which your phone should be booted to EDL and interacted with the MSM tool. So if that is happening with you as well, then what you could do is you could first and foremost launch the MSM tool, load the firmware and click on start. And once the tool has started, you could then connect your phone to the PC in EDL mode. So as soon as your phone is connected to the PC, the flashing will start. So as of now, we first booted our phone to EDL mode and then we launched the MSM tool, but you could also launch the MSM tool first, then click on the start button, and then the tool will be ready to flash. And after that, you could boot your phone to EDL and connect it to the PC. As soon as your phone is connected to the PC, the MSM tool will start the flashing process and it should fix the issue. So these are the various tweaks through which you could fix the Sahara communication fade error. In most cases, you just need to unplug your phone and replug it back to the PC, and that should fix the issue. Apart from that, you could also use the tweaks that I listed here. And guys, let's now verify the results. So as of now, the flashing is now completed and it's being completed and only a few files are left now. So let's wait while that is happening. And once the flashing is completed, do keep in mind that it will relock the bootloader of your phone. Yes, MSM tool tends to relock the bootloader. So if you want, you could again unlock the bootloader, and in this guide I'll show you also how you could do that. Do keep in mind that it's completely optional and up to you, but in my case I usually like to unlock the bootloader because it's a safe bit guarantee. In case something goes wrong, I could easily reflash the firmware on an unlocked bootloader. So it's completely up to you. In my case, anyways, as you could see now, the flashing is now complete and we are getting the download complete message. Moreover, our phone will now boot to the OS automatically. You don't have to interact with the phone, it should automatically boot to the OS. And keep in mind that the first boot up will take up some additional minutes. That is completely normal and nothing to worry about. So let's wait while our phone is booting to the OS. And after that, I'll also show you how to unlock the bootloader, as well as I'll show the OS version. So as of now, we have downgraded from Android 12 to Android 11. And let me now show you the result as well. So it's currently booting to the OS, and as I've told you before, the first boot up will take up a few additional seconds. So let's wait while that is happening, and after that we'll proceed ahead with the rest of the instruction steps as well. Apart from that, in the meantime, if you get bugged by any other issues or facing any other errors, then do let me know in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you at the earliest, and we will then fix the issue accordingly. And as of now, we are only having the MSM tool till OnePlus 9 series. Beginning with OnePlus 10 series, it has now been under the guidance of Oppo, and you could bypass the login of MSM tool, but you will not be able to establish a secure connection with the Oppo servers. So as a result of which, you might no longer see any custom development from OnePlus 10 series and the newly launched OnePlus 11. So till OnePlus 9 series only we are seeing development of custom ROM and custom binary. This is because if something goes wrong, then we don't have any tool at hand to fix the issues of unbrick for OnePlus 10 and 11 series. At the very max, we could only fix the issues of soft brick or boot loop via the fastboot enhance method, but there is no way to fix the unbrick issues, and that is why there is no custom ROM for the OnePlus 10 and 11 series. So till OnePlus 9 series, as well as some of the OnePlus Nord models, you could easily unbrick your phone as and when required, and that is where we are seeing quite a lot of development going on for these phones. Anyways, it's now booting to the OS, and as I've told you before, the first boot up usually takes up quite a lot of time. This is because it's setting up the device from scratch, and it has also relogged our bootloader. So we'll have to wait while that is happening, and it should not take any further. So it's about to boot to the OS. Moreover, I will be linking all this guide in the description. You could verify the guide and go there and grab hold of the required files from this guide of all the Sahara communication, MSM tool, and every other file. So as you could see, in the meantime, our phone is now booted to the OS. I'll simply skip the setup and go to the OS home screen. So let's set up offline as of now, and let's hit next, more, accept. As of now, let's skip this as well and skip this as well. Then select the font and navigation gesture start. So I'll have to set up this as well. Okay, just a minute. So this is the home gesture and this is the recent apps. So with this, we are done with the setup and we should now boot to the OS. So guys, as you could see, the downgrade is now complete and we are now on the Android 11 OxygenOS 11 version. Let me show you the result as well. So as you could see, it's about phone section. We are now back on Android 11 version and we could now install the OTA updates and upgrade our phone to the latest build if required. Furthermore, as I have told you before, the bootloader would have been logged. So let's now proceed ahead to unlock the bootloader. But do keep in mind, it's completely optional, and if you want, you may leave the bootloader logged as well. Moreover, unlocking the bootloader will wipe off all the data from your phone and might also nullify the warranty. So if that's well and good, then only move ahead. So first and foremost, go to the settings menu on your phone. From settings menu, go to about phone, then go to and tap on build number 7 times. This will enable developer option. Now go back, go to system and enable the toggle and go to developer option. Then enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging and tap on OK if you get a prompt. Now let's verify the debugging connection as well. So if you get one more prompt regarding RSA fingerprint, tap on allow. Now grab hold of the Android SDK platform tools folder and extract it onto your PC. I've given the link in the description. You can download from there and extract the same onto your PC. So let me show you. This is the platform tools folder. Let's now go to the address bar, type in CMD and hit enter. This will launch the command prompt window with the platform tools folder directory as you could see. Now type in ADB devices and hit enter. It will now show you serial ID. If you're not getting a serial ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Likewise, disable and re-enable USB debugging or tap on revoke USB debugging authorization. Likewise, use the USB 2.0 port on your PC and use the official USB cable. So try out these USB tweaks and make sure you are getting a serial ID. Once you are getting this ID, you are good to go ahead. So let's now boot our phone to the fastboot mode. For that, type in ADB reboot bootloader and hit enter. So our phone will now boot to the fastboot mode and it will take a few seconds. So let's now wait while that is happening. And it's now in the fastboot mode, and as you could see, the device state is showing as logged. So we'll have to boot unlock. So for that, first and foremost, verify the fastboot connection. So type in fastboot devices and hit enter. Make sure you're getting a serial ID. If you're not getting any serial ID, then you will have to install the fastboot drivers as well. The link to that is given in the description. Please go ahead and install the fastboot drivers and make sure that your phone is showing under Android phone as Android bootloader interface. If you are getting this and you're getting a serial ID, then the drivers are installed and you're good to go ahead. Now just type in fastboot flashing unlock or fastboot OEM unlock. Both the commands are same. Type in any one of these two commands and hit enter. You will now get a prompt on your phone. Use the volume key to select unlock the bootloader and press the power key to confirm. And with this, the bootloader has been unlocked and you will now get a warning. As you could see, this signifies that the bootloader has been unlocked, and you could also remove this warning by flashing a custom boot logo. As of now, our device is being factory reset and encryption is being removed. So let's wait while that is happening. It should only take a few seconds. So the encryption is complete and the device format has been done. So I was talking about this boot animation. So this is the boot logo that you will get every time when your phone is booting up. So you could remove this if you want by flashing a custom made boot logo or a custom boot animation as well. But you could also leave it as it is. It's not a cause of concern. And our phone is now booting to the OS. Since we have just unlocked our bootloader, and our device has undergone a reset, the first boot up after unlocking the bootloader will take up a few additional seconds. So you will have to wait for the time frame. That is completely normal and nothing to worry about. So let's wait while the phone is booting to the OS. And after that, I'll show you the status of the bootloader, and then you could proceed ahead with the rest of the guide. In fact, this is the last step of our guide and the process will stand complete. So let's wait while the phone is booting to the OS. And since it has undergone a reset, you might have to set up your device once again because we have removed all the data from our phone. So again, I will be skipping all the setup screen and directly show you the status of the bootloader by going to the home screen. So it's currently booting up, and as I have told you before, This is the one time delay. From next time onwards, you will not get such a long time. It will boot within a few seconds. But since it has undergone a reset and we have unlocked the bootloader, it is taking quite a lot of time. So let's wait while that is happening, and then we'll be back. As I told you before, you could also grab hold of all these files from the link given in the description, as well as from the droidwin.com website as well. And all the issues and all the tool files, drivers files, links are right there in the description. You can grab hold of the same and carry out with the rest of the process. Likewise, I've also linked the video. You could find out the videos for individual guides right inside the guide itself, and you could then fix the issues. Likewise, if you're unable to install the fastboot drivers, then you could directly search from my guide as well. So just search install fastboot drivers, and then you could grab hold of these drivers from here. Just a minute. So these fastboot drivers are applicable across all the Windows 10 and Windows 11 version, and you could grab hold of these drivers file from my guide. Anyways, as of now, as you could see, the process stands complete and we are now booted. So I'll again skip the rest of the setup screen. So let's skip this, setup offline, continue, next, more, accept. So let's do so, and let's skip this as well. Let's skip this for the time frame and click on next, start. So let me quickly do this as well. So now is the home gesture, and then it's a recent app. So we are done with the gesture and we are now on to the OS. So as you could see, let me show you once. It is the Android 11 OxygenOS 11 build, and the bootloader is now unlocked. So let me show you the status as well. So developer option has been disabled, so let's re-enable it. So tap on build number 7 times and then go to, just a minute, let's now go to the system settings, and from there developer option. As you could see, the bootloader is already unlocked. So guys, on that note, we are out of this video on how you could downgrade your OnePlus phone using the MSM download tool. Likewise, we have also shown you the steps to unlock the bootloaders, which is completely optional. With that said, if you have any queries, do let us know in the comment section, and please subscribe to this channel and like this video for more such tips and tricks. Thanks a lot for watching.